heavens.
A lot of folks downplay the planet's back, but if they saw the weapons up close like we did, and folks around here, though, they get it. Wonder if it ain't too late to recruit them to Avalanche.
If you ask me, love how they talk around here.
Only wish we could have made it out here sooner. Only wish we could have made it out here sooner.
These sacred lands have been rich in spiritual energy.
We are siblings, all.
To spread the teachings.
Practice of mindfulness.
Focus on deeper.
Oh, ho! It's our very first cat. Hello, sir. Care to tell the goodness? Well, I spy a row of you might be the QB killer but there's only one way. That's right. Our audience doesn't want to hear. To up the ante, our challenger's opponent will be none other than your host with the most. Talk about I'm lucky I got out of that match with my limbs intact. He made a serious splash with some ruthless moves. Players, something tells me this beast is about to upset. Better start swimming. Congratulations to you, sir. Though we found the canyon's resident shark, the fun. Stay tuned because we've got more coming your way.
Practice of mindful breathing. And tap into the flow.
Tell me, is it better to spread the teachings of planetology?
They are both one and the same. Wouldn't you agree? We are as much a part of the planet as it is a part of us. At one time,
Fancy running into you here. The beauty of this place is unreal. Pictures can't do it justice. Wonders such as these have to be experienced in person. I want to believe I can capture this magic. I'm looking for spots with a spiritual feel, if you know any. The way the shadows carve out the red stone.
Never forsake us. Never abandon us. For we are her children.
Ah, not so fast. Sorry. You see, this is where we keep all our valuables. Ah, not so... You see, this is where we keep all our valuables. Ah, not so fast. You see, this is where we keep all our valuables.
Only those who have the key, as well as fellow Bugenhagen's permission, are allowed inside.
Oh, these are the friends I was talking about.
Thank you for looking after Nanaki. My name is Bugenhagen. I teach planetology here in the canyon. One could say I know a thing or two about our world.
A thing or two? I doubt there's a thing or two you don't know about it.
Well, it might seem that way to a child like yourself.
I'm not a child anymore. I'm 48.
40 what?
Nanaki here has a long life ahead of him. I would say he's about 15 or 16 years old.
That's more than old enough. I can protect our Vale and everyone in it. Which is more than I can say for my good-for-nothing father.
Speaking of the members of our little community, have you announced your return to one and all, Nanaki?
Not yet. Be right back.
But where are my manners? Please, come in and have a look around.
If we've anything to fear, it is not our fellow man, nor any creature big or small, with whom we share our home. It is that which comes from beyond the confines of this world, that which disrupts the natural order, the other which may attempt to claim. And so I bid you, her children, to join hands and come together, for united, we shall never succumb to fear of celestial calamity.
Here we seek to gather the wisdom of the planet.
That's a scale model of our planet and the surrounding stars. One could say the dust it's collected represents the people who live upon it. Nanaki never had much exposure to the outside world. I can only... They are essential to my studies of the planet. Nanaki never had much exposure to the outside world. I can only... Whoa! Those devices are testing the pull of gravity.
I never thought you could become even more...
While that may appear to be little more than a glistening mineral at a glance, it is in fact a crystallized collection of our planet's memories.
Depths of your beauty.
That records fluctuations in various energies. I must ask that you handle it with care. It's a rather delicate device, you see.
A warm welcome to you, friends of Nanaki.
Here we seek to gather the wisdom of the planet.
We've all been worried sick about Nanaki, fellow Bugenhagen chiefly among us.
Do you recognize that little scamp? I'll have you know that in his childhood, Nanaki was quite a handful. That is one of the first Mako detectors ever built. Though I suspect it can't detect much now. Oh, they are essential to my studies of the planet. Let's not be hasty. I'll show you that room later. That right there is a type of a current generator. It harnesses the power of the wind to produce new airflows of its own. Perhaps you've encountered them before during your travels.
The lights we observe here have traveled to us from the far reaches of time and space to gaze at the stars.
The planet connects us, one and all.
We observe here have traveled to us from the far reaches of time and space to gaze at the stars.
Oh, you won't find a larger telescope on the planet. With it, you can see to the edge of the galaxy. There's no better view of the stars than through this scope. But the lens could do with some cleaning. My apologies.
The lights we observe here have traveled to us from the far reaches of time. Ours is to gaze into their past, what they once were.
Say I'm all that interested in the future.
That again, huh? planet crying out. A sorrowful dirge indeed. One I've heard all too often of late. This tubing allows us on the surface to hear the inner voice of the planet.
What we just heard didn't come from the planet, though. That was definitely the voice of a weapon.
You seem awfully sure of yourself, miss.
Because we saw them, with our own eyes. 2, in the Corral and Gungaga reactors. They were loud and huge.
A fascinating account, were it true. However, such grand delusions could be a sign of Mako poisoning. Do see a doctor.
Excuse me?
Oh. Yes. That would do them some good. Judging from everything you've said, the three of you are unfamiliar with basic planetology. But it is never too late to learn. Please, come with me. I present to you our planetarium. While the Shinra building features the latest iteration, this particular one is my original design. Now then, without further ado, this is only the beginning.
The shooting star!
Planetology is not simply the study of the cosmos and the celestial bodies that dwell in it. Rather, it is a quest to comprehend the cyclical nature of life. Behold, the planet we call home. It was from its soil, so teeming with life, that mankind was born. And like all living things, man is fated to die. So, what happens next? The body withers and returns to the planet. But what of the mind, the spirit, the soul? Much like its former vessel, it too returns whence it came. To the great river where all intertwine and circle the planet without end. A cycle of continuous convergence and divergence. The ceaseless ebb and flow that is the life stream. An apt name, though it is as much a reservoir as it is a stream, being the sum of the planet's spiritual energy. It is the very essence of our star, the blood coursing through its planetary veins. And if ever that essence were to be entirely depleted, Of course, these are but basic principles of planetology.
So you're saying that Mako is spiritual energy, which we're using up?
Just so. Siphoned from the planet and processed for industry, that energy can no longer fulfill its true purpose. It is fated to fuel man's machinery, then fade away.
Okay, but does it actually fade away? I mean, what if it doesn't? What if it just returns to the life stream in a different form? Is that possible?
A novel theory, suggestive of a lack of understanding. However, that can be overcome with time and education.
You rang?
Please escort this young lady to our seminar room, would you?
Right this way. Okay.
Hey, can I come?
Got a question. Planet runs out of energy. It and everything on it dies, right?
Yes.
There any way to avoid that? Making the spiritual energy stronger?
Why are you asking me such things? I'm sorry. I've come to realize that I'm somewhat stuck in the... We've entered an era in which humanity examines both the planet and society, so too must science. And yet it seems that I cannot. Perhaps I'm much too... Was my explanation of planetology not to your liking? Perhaps a seminar would provide a more agreeable experience. Was my explanation of planetology not to your liking? Perhaps a seminar would provide a more agreeable experience.
Thanks so much for taking such great... Fellow Bugenhagen instructed me to let you take anything you think might prove useful. Check out the storeroom when you have a chance.
Right this way.
Blessings of the planet upon you.
So expansive and enthralling.
This village is lame. Did you know And don't get me started on the planetologists. Bunch of blowhards in love with the sound of their own. This village is lame. And don't get me started on the planetologists. Bunch of blowhards.
People, everyone must exercise patience.
Our planet is the
And offered up prayers of gratitude.
Within you all are the planet's thoughts and memories.
Look at this. They're holding some festival today called the River of Lights. Look at this. They're holding some festival today called the River of Lights. Thinking it could be worth checking out.
Since time...
I heard from fellow Bugenhagen. By all means, please come and join the seminar. Follow me if you would.
Through the veil and trace the wisdom.
Tell me, is it better to spread the teachings of planetology to others?
I ask you this. Who among you has looked inward into the universe of...
The River of Light.
I've always been on the bigger side, but I've never been into physical stuff. Painting.
Please continue on into the assembly. Please continue on into the assembly.
It was a waste. Me spending all my time indoors.
Blessings of the planet upon you. Fellow Bugenhagen sent word that you might be joining us. Blessings of the fellow Bugenhagen sent word that you might be joining us.
He was wrong.
You are more than
That
welcome
extra
to do
energy
so.
I received from the planet, it was a blessing. And after imbuing it with my compassion and
What about you, miss? You must have a story to share. Please.
Me? Okay. Where to begin? I fell into the life stream. I don't have words to describe it, except beautiful, maybe? It was a lot to take in. Feelings of kindness washed over me. Long-forgotten memories came flooding back. It was a warm, comforting place. But there was also conflict. A war between the planet and its enemies. And we can't let them win. We need the planet, and it needs us. We have to rise up, fight back, defend it from this terrible threat. Thing is, I don't know how to do any of that. And I hoped you might have the answer. I'm not criticizing planetology or anything, and I'm not trying to scare anybody either. I just... You know... Never mind. This is all coming out wrong.
Please, do not be discouraged. Should you ever wish to try again, we would be more than happy to listen. What matters is that you keep challenging your beliefs. Stop doing that, and the answers will forever elude you. On that note, I think we should adjourn for the evening. The River of Lights is almost upon us, so let us head to the torch.
See you at the festival.
The River of Light ceremony. This night comes. I've no doubt you'll feel her grace.
Ah. Once a year, we gather the souls that have drifted. I heartily encourage you to join us. Ah. Once a year, I heartily encourage you to join us in this ceremony.
There is no seminar being held here at the moment. There is no seminar being held here at the moment. I help you.
So many seminars. Where do I even...
I ask you this, who among you has looked inward into the universe of this? Just each of us is a part of the planet. Planet is
May the
conversations held here become the start of everything.
Feel the energy all around.
Cosmo salt. You
It's so nice and cool in here.
deliciousness.
Go on, take a look around. Thanks.
No matter
Hope to
where
see
you
you
stand?
again soon.
Feel the breeze.
nice and delicious. No matter where you stand, you can feel.
They say that the owner of this shop is a precursor to the modern potion.
Only the best classic canyon medicines. Hope to see you again sometime.
There are windmills everywhere.
I'm sorry, but the elevator is currently undergoing maintenance.
Have you heard about Avalanche's crimes?
I heard that It's said that Moogle metals, their unique currency, is imbued with a predator. Perhaps collecting these metals and delivering them to the Moogles will bring us that much closer to a planet replete with joy and laughter. If there's anything else I can do for you, please let me know. I'm always happy to help.
Look at them, gathered around the fire. Just like us that day. Me and Mom and Dad. If only we could do that again. Never mind. Just forget I said anything.
I'll lend an ear.
Whenever I think about my mom, my chest swells with so much pride, I feel like it'll burst. But when it comes to my dad, sorry, I can't. Still not ready. Sorry, I can't. Still not ready.
I had the pleasure of talking. Said it was presumptuous of me to think I could say she decides her own fate, you see. As rain cleanses the skies, so what? We sit here and theorize while the planet...
What do you want to do?
Not nothing, that's for damn sure. At the same, maybe it's time for some good old-fashioned introspection. Planetology, avalanche. The planet's trying to tell me something. But what?
To nurture your spirit is to nurture the spirit of the
Planetology, avalanche, Marlene.
Did I sound as awkward as I felt?
Felt for you. Never been that good with words, as you know.
We're just two peas in a pod, aren't we? Look at those stars.
Some carry a fire that rivals even this. Like the youths who left the Vale years ago.
When you die, you return to the planet? That has literally got to be the once you die?
Why do you think that?
I just do. I believe in anything else until I see some actual proof. How much longer are they gonna be doing this?
Man, I can't wait to see what they've got planned. Some say we're like grains of sand on the fatalist idiots. Spend my whole life trying to prove them, but sitting here looking up at the sky, you kind of help like a grain of sand on the beach that is the universe. Planned.
This River of Lights thing sounds so cool. I can't wait!
What kind of ceremony do you think the River of Lights is?
We've all got to return to the planet someday.
So, I'm an ancient. As in, a steward of the planet. One of those ancients. Or, to be more precise, the only ancient. For the most part, it's been a source of pain. I've been held against my will. I've been watched. I've been ignored. Even hated. And it's been that way ever since I was little. My blood's been nothing but a curse. If I ever started to forget, something would remind me of what I was and bring me crashing back down to Earth. It was always the same. Time after time. I'd be shown a glimmer of hope, only to have it snatched away. I was never gonna be normal. That much was clear.
It's okay.
So my blood's been a curse, but it's also been a blessing. It's brought some wonderful people into my life, friends that I love. And for once, I think I'm okay. Happy even. And all that pain feels worth it. Even if I can't lead a normal life, there is one thing I can do. Return their kindness. And try to make the most of what I've been given.
It is time!
Whoa!
Pretty sappy, huh? Meant every word, though.
So, this is where you've been, Nanaki.
What's up?
There's something of great import I need to show you. And by that I mean all of you. Join me, would you? What did you all think of the River of Lights? For whatever reason, the ceremony has drawn a number of tourists to the Vale as of late. When I ask for their impressions, they often speak of how beautiful it was. Some claim they were even moved to tears. It's an overwhelmingly positive reception, I'm happy to say. To stir the human soul is no small feat, and it pleases me to know that the River of Lights possesses such power. Alas, my hopes to parlay their emotional response into a deeper intellectual curiosity, they have yet to be fulfilled. People are surrounded by cats, dogs, birds, and trees. They know that life is all around them, be it through the birth of a baby or the blooming of a flower. They bear constant witness to the blessed cycle of creation, yet they've no interest in the welfare of our planet. Forgive me for sharing my idle thoughts. Keeping them to myself is quite a challenge in my old age.
What a beautiful thing it is. I only wish that I had been afforded the opportunity to do so sooner. I wish you all the best in your ongoing hunt for world intel.
Return to the planet.
It was quite the turnout tonight. I'm sure the departed would be pleased.
Thank you.
You're fine just the way you are.
I want you to know I'm rooting for
All of us here are friends to Eric.
Today's experience was surely the work of the
planet. Well then, shall we proceed?
But I thought this door was...
Sealed so that none may enter? Why, yes, and by my own hand, no less. However, you've a trial to undertake.
I do?
If you wish to prove yourself and become a Watcher of the Veil, that is. I presume you are prepared?
Yeah.
I will also require your assistance in carrying out the trial. Much danger awaits within, and I wish to ensure his safety. Then off we go. Now we follow the cave where it leads, deep as it will take us. Has Nanaki told you anything about his parents yet?
No.
They were watchers, both of them. But they couldn't have been any more different. When our village came under attack, my mother fought with courage, with honor. She faced the enemy and laid down her life to save us. My father, though, he turned tail and ran. He was a coward.
So then, you still haven't forgiven him?
Why would I?
I see. From this point onward, only two may proceed. He who shall undertake the trial and his observer.
Who's gonna observe?
I'll do it.
That would render the trial meaningless. But if not him... Ah, you'll do nicely.
Me?
Him? Really?
At least pretend not to hate me.
Whenever you're ready.
Ready.